A huge venue, Ford Field, for what was billed as a big speech for Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney before the Detroit Economic Club. But the football stadium made the event's crowd of 1,200 look small, and most of the speech material was tax cut talk from earlier this week.
He began and ended talking about cars.
I drive a Mustang and a Chevy pickup truck. Ann drives a couple of Cadillacs, actually.
Making his case for cars inside, while outside, protesters. With the banner of that op-ed Romney once wrote opposing the bailout of the auto industry. Let Detroit go bankrupt.
Yeah, the trees are the right height. The streets are just right. I like the fact that most of the cars I see are Detroit-made automobiles. I drive a Mustang and a Chevy pickup truck. Ann drives a couple of Cadillacs, actually.
Across the road from Ford Field in downtown Detroit, dozens of people gathered to protest Romney. This was the scene just minutes ago at Comerica Park.
The GOP presidential hopeful was firmly against the bailout that saved GM and Chrysler. Union members say it's obvious that Romney doesn't really care about working people.
Romney gave what was billed as a big speech in a big venue today, only I guess it didn't look or sound so big, huh?
Not really.
Honestly, though, he was sort of restating a lot of stuff he said before on the campaign trail.
Conservative commentator Laura Ingraham tweeting, the pictures of an empty Ford Field are not helping Romney.
They may not be everything, but appearances count a lot on the campaign trail. And for Mitt Romney, they counted against him today out in Michigan. Between protests, a bad venue, and a lackluster speech, the bang promised by his campaign was more of a fizzle.
A major speech here today turned into a major photo op for the wrong reason.
But it wasn't the Lions and tens of thousands of fans. It was this. Mitt Romney and 200 supporters on the 30-yard line.
Mitt Romney got a chilly reception in Detroit from the United Auto Workers. Romney did not support the government bailout of the auto industry in 2008. Instead, he favored a managed bankruptcy for the automakers and even wrote an op-ed titled, Let Detroit Go Bankrupt.
In terms of the optics of this, Rich, was this a big mistake? Because this was an important speech Romney was meant to make, and a lot of folks, just the sound of it, it just sounded like he was talking to no one out there.
Well, of course it was. I mean, there's got to be something between 700 seats, which is where the Detroit Economic Club normally has its venue, and 65,000 seats. I mean, you'd think somewhere in the city of Detroit there was something in the middle.